Nobody tells you about what you're going to face when you pack your bags to go to a foreign land. Okay? You're excited about it. You just want to be there. And in my case, I moved to the United Kingdom. And guess what? It was a good opportunity, but there are some silent battles that I've fought over the years, and up to now, I'm still fighting. And people don't talk about these things. So, in this video, I'm going to be telling you what I've gone through over the years, and it's still happening even up to now. So that you, if you're that person who's thinking, am I really supposed to be here? Why is this happening to me? Is this really what happens when you're a foreigner? And what I'm sharing affects everyone who is a foreigner. It doesn't matter which country you're in, it does affect you. So there's aggression and accent bias. They'll be asking, like now, how come you don't have a British accent yet? Why do I have to have a British accent? Sometimes I'm left out in conversations, not because I don't know, but because I try to explain myself 3 times, but still they don't understand me. I'm misunderstood. Why? It's because they don't want to listen. So sometimes when people are talking, I just keep quiet. Even if when they're saying things that I know that the next person doesn't know much, I'm actually knowing more than they do. So I don't contribute. Why? Because they don't listen. Okay. Some of them will be like, oh, I didn't understand what you're saying because of your accent. Yeah. The way you said it, I didn't understand you. You see, all that, you get it, whether you like it or not. Okay? You get it. Especially when you speak to someone, they'll say, oh, she didn't say it, or maybe the way she explained it, I didn't understand what she said. You get that again and again. When I was doing my training, my mentor never spent time with me. Some of my colleagues who were doing the same course with me, they knew more than I did. So because she didn't want to work with me, she avoided me by all means. She would make sure that every day she has allocated work where I am not going to be with her. Okay. And at the end of the placement, she would just sign my book. But I was like, I haven't done this. I don't know how to do this. At one point, she said, you haven't done it. I'm not going to sign it. I'm like, but I was asking all this time that I need to learn this skill so that I can be signed off. They just ignore you as if you don't exist. Now that you've finished, you've qualified, you've gone to where you've gone to your look for a job now. You've realized that as a foreigner, you won't know as much as the other person was born here. It may not have applied to other people, but I'm talking about my own case. Okay. I was excluded. I started learning on the job the hard way. To the point that when I qualified and then I got a job, the person who was appointed as my mentor, she had to resign because she said I cannot mentor her. She resigned from the job. Can you see how hard that is? And then you start hearing people gossiping. Oh, she resigned because she didn't want a student. She didn't want to mentor a foreign student. These are things that we get. However, the British government does well for us to give us that opportunity to learn, but what we get in the real workplaces is a nightmare. You can be managed out of a job. Yes, they will micromanage you to the point that they won't give you the opportunity to make mistakes like somebody who was born here. So as for you, you have to get it 10 times better than the person who was born here. You're not given the opportunity to make mistakes. No, it just has to be right. Guys, it's hard. You can't be 100% right. You're human. Even artificial intelligence makes mistakes. Artificial intelligence will say, please proofread because you can make mistakes. Yeah. So, yes, that's what you get as a foreign. Talk about loneliness. People are busy. People can go for weeks without even contacting you. Not because they don't care about you, but because they've got other things that they're dealing with in their own lives. So if you don't create your own entertainment, or you stay in your house, work house. I understand why some people are found dead in the house. They're just thinking, what a life. What a life. Yes, you just have to create time where you're out there talking to people, seeing people. Arrange with friends who want to meet. Let's meet so that we can, we can break that cycle of being alone. Yeah. Loneliness really hits differently here. It's nice when people say, "Oh, people here mind their own business," but when you realize that it's not fun when you're grieving, you're sick, no one checks on you. It's hit hard. You feel it. No one cares. People are busy doing their own things, their own lives, and honestly, it takes time as well to build a community. It takes time to build friends. And if you're that person who is not very good at making friends, it's going to be very difficult for you. And I feel for you guys. I feel it because as an immigrant in the UK, these things that I'm sharing, I experienced them. Talk about work schedule. At one point, I was told I was working every weekend, most weekends. I worked most Christmases, and I complained. I said, "You know what, Tandy? Because of all these people that you're working with, you see that they've got children. They need to spend time with their children. You don't have children, guys. It hit me hard. It hit me because I also wanted children, but biologically, it was not happening. It hit me so hard that I was thinking, does it mean that because I don't have a child, I have to be disadvantaged? It hits me hard. And everybody was like, yeah, yeah, because we've got children. I want to spend time with our children. And I've got family as well. Okay. I have a family that I want to spend time with. That hit me hard. And on 3 occasions, I changed jobs because they were using that as a weapon against me. You don't have children. So you can work any bank holiday, any weekends, any Sundays, all those are social hours that people want to be having fun. I was not having it. And tell you what, first 10 years of my career in the UK, I worked stupid shifts, silly hours, early shifts that people don't want. Like, I was the first person to put on that shift. So I'll go and clear the mess for everybody. And everybody comes in the afternoon when I've done the work. Yes, it was that hard. It was that hard. I worked twice as hard to prove my competence. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, Tendish is very resilient." Basically, what they're saying that I don't complain. I don't complain. That's what they mean. I just work. I don't complain. I work 10 times harder than everybody else, but promotions always pass me by. They're not considered for promotion. Okay? But when it comes to work, you need to work harder than everybody else. That's hard. They love your skill, but they don't recognize your voice. So if you're in the UK and you're also facing the same issues, leave them in the comment section and tell us, how are you managing it? We need to build our own communities, build your own friends, the ones that you hang around with, the ones that will actually check on you. Very important. Because some of you don't have any family here, you're alone, or you had family and you're no longer friends, or you've got friends who don't check on you like every day. You need someone who checks on you regularly. From time to time, they'll call you, they'll find out whether you're okay or not. Okay, very important. So you also have to build your own community of friends. Find people who like what you like. Go out more. All right? Go out more. Because by going out as well, remember, even at work, where you work, that the areas that we're complaining about, it is also these work areas where the promotions are actually discussed when you're out there. So if you don't go out with them, you'll be missed out. Okay. I'm not saying that there are no foreigners in positions of management and stuff. They're there. But most of these positions, they are discussed when people are out. That's where you are promoted by your boss when you're out there drinking and having fun on weekends. And then the next time when there's there's a job or there's a promotion, they will think about you. That is if you are that lucky one. Okay. But socially, create your own friends outside work. Yeah, outside work, the ones that you hang around with, the way you don't talk about work, where you don't gossip about work, where you don't join in about things of work, things where you actually talk about yourselves and you're having fun. I admire quite a number of ladies, like when I watch on social media, they've got these groups where they travel together. That is it. That's what you need. Travel more. Find people that you travel with. All right? If you are a big family, you can go with your family. If they love traveling, if they don't like traveling, you can still find your own, create your own group. Traveling doesn't mean that you have to go in a plane. You can actually visit a city next to you. The city that you live next to, you don't even know it at all. One weekend you go there. The first thing that I did when I came to Scotland, I visited most cities around me. Aberdeen, I lived in Aberdeen, of course. Stirling, weekend in Dundee, weekend in Glasgow, weekend in Falkirk. I visited all those places, Isle of Wight, Fort Williams. I went to all those places so that I know what's here. Edinburgh, I even left my house to go and sleep in a hotel in Edinburgh just to be outside my house. Very important. That's self care. We call it radical self care. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and do not miss the ads. When the ads are playing, please let them play so that I can also get paid, right? Okay, guys, you take it. Thanks for listening.